All right, we should be live. Hello, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I'm your host, Tone Vays. Man, what a crazy 24 hours we had. Actually, 48 hours. Price of Bitcoin was going all over the place. In the meantime, we did a Bitcoin lore review, something we have not done in a year. We have so much to cover. I'm going to try to do another one of these streams fairly soon. We didn't touch on Binance. We didn't touch on Coinbase. Maybe we'll wait a few weeks until charges are filed against Binance by the Department of Justice. We'll see if we get there. Some more clarity on the Coinbase stuff. The news broke over Richard Hart's hex, and hence the law show had to be done. I got a visitor here. If you saw him during the Bitcoin law review, Bitcoin motorist Patrick came through the woods on his little drive cross country. It's about to come out and say hi. Been learning about Patrick's new profession, basically gambling. He knows all the ins and outs on sports betting. There he is. Hey, Patrick, how's it going?
Hey, everyone. I'm always honored to jump.
Let me get you your own microphone.
Okay,
so you don't have to
thanks.
scream over me. Hold on. There you go.
I'm always honored to join Tone on one of his live streams. So I'm going on a road trip from New Hampshire, going to end up in Los Angeles. So and basically what I'm doing during my trip is I don't know if you could make the camera move. Basically what I'm doing.
There we go.
Basically what I'm doing during my trip is as I'm going through each state has different companies that you can bet on sports. So I'm trying to exploit sign-up bonuses and try to sign up for as many of these apps as possible on my way. So Pennsylvania is one of the states that has legalized sports betting. So I figured I'd stop by, see Tone along the way.
You're going to see Joe along the way too, right?
I'm probably going to see Joe Saz along the way as well. Unfortunately, Joe lives in a state that doesn't have legalized sports betting, at least not on the phone. They have it in person, but not on the phone. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go see my friend Joe along the way as well. And I'm actually about to set up. We did an NFL Survivor pool last season, and I'm about to get that started again. And Tone was in there. He was eliminated the first week. I was
on a tie. On a tie.
Yes.
You got to make ties survivable, but he's not.
So on a Survivor pool,
it was messed up. I bet against Indianapolis, which was the worst team in the league, but yet they won against a big favorite in week 1 of last year. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like more than half the people in that pool got eliminated.
I believe that's the game that ended in a tie.
Yeah, that was a tie.
Yeah, and most Survivor pools have ties lose. But I think I'm gonna probably, unfortunately, Tone, I'm gonna probably keep it ties lose just from tradition purposes.
Well, I'm not going to pick against Indianapolis this
time. So if anybody else is interested, so last year we had 65 entries. The buy-in was, I'm not sure exactly how much it was. I think it was 500,000 sats was the buy-in, which was about $100. So I'll probably have it somewhere around $100 yet. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to set up a Telegram group today and send an email blast to all the previous participants. So if you are looking to
show up on Twitter,
hit me up on Twitter if you're interested in joining the pool. So it's gonna be a big pool this year. We're gonna have a lot of people. So my Twitter is at Bitcoin Motorist. So
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, my DMs are open.
Okay, still can never find Twitter. I have to look for.
I know it's the worst branding move ever. I mean, New Coke looks like a genius move compared to going from Twitter to X. So
motorist.
Sean Patrick Flannery jumped up for some reason. There I am.
There he is.
Okay. So you're screen sharing right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my Twitter at Bitcoin Motorist. So my DMs are open. Hit me up on Twitter, or tag me, or send me a DM, and I'll try to get you into the pool. I'm going to need your email. And the website that we use to run the pool on, it's a pretty good website. They're not spammy websites, so you can use an email and you won't get a whole bunch of spam into your junk mail folder. But yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to say hi, and thanks for being such a great host. Tone gave me some of his best tequila, so I'm really happy about that last night because I'm driving today, so I won't be drinking any today.
All right, cool.
All right.
Well, thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Yeah, Patrick will be on his way in about an hour or two. So let's do the stream. Let me turn off the second microphone. And let's go look at some charts. Oh yeah, this is a Bitcoin lore review. So this is the old one. This is the 7-hour one. This is the one we did last time. It will be at the top of this is the Bitcoin lore review we did the other day. I used the same thumbnail with Richard Hart. We'll probably dive more into Ripple. The Ripple case is a lot more interesting than the Richard Hart one. Man, I was trying to find that Richard Hart movie last night, but it doesn't come out till tomorrow, unfortunately. But that looks yeah, Bernoulli is pissed about the Twitter tab too. Someone is asking me to turn on subtitles. The subtitles are there. The thing is, they don't show up in real time. Like, see right here, the subtitles are turned on. Right now, that's closed caption, right? So it's you just have to turn it on yourself. On my stream, I mean, they're not turned on, but at the moment, because I think the video has to finish. I don't think it can do it in real time. Я могу сказать по-русски. По-моему, это только работает после того, когда видео уже прошло и сидит на YouTube. Я не думаю, что оно работает во время лайвстрима. Но потом, например, позже сегодня оно будет. So I have to explain that in Russian why the subtitles to my videos are not there. Like, for example, yesterday's video has subtitles, but today's video doesn't. But yesterday's video does. So it just doesn't work on a live stream. It only works after the video has been uploaded and YouTube has processed everything that I've said. So just at least I think that's what it is. You can turn it on in real time. Oh boy, am I really going to be messing with it right now? Let me check real quick. Let me check if I can turn it on in real time. If you can turn it on in real time, I don't really know how to do it. Caption certification. I have none. Select your stream's language and, if needed, a caption certification. Like, no, that's different. Stream language is English. To manage other languages. Like, if someone can send me like a specific thing, like, I'll turn them on. Like, it's not like I'm against captions, but I mean, they work. They just don't work in real time for me. I mean, they should be there. I mean, they're there on yesterday's video, so they should be there. All right, let's go to the charts. If one of my moderators, oh, someone else is seeing subtitles. I'm not seeing them. Well, like, when I have my own stream up, I don't see it. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm learning. I'm not very good with tech. Okay, so let's just go to the charts. Yeah, some people are getting them. Like, it's weird. I don't know. Okay, weekly chart. Well, our candle has a nice doji candle, but it's still a red candle. We are holding the moving average on a weekly scale. We bounced right off that moving average on a weekly scale. And so far, this candle is not very interesting. I'm going to skip the position chart. I'm going to go to the daily chart. The daily chart had a lot of volatility. So when I did the price video 2 days ago, the price was sitting somewhere at like $28,800. It fell all the way down to $28,600. And it almost touched the 128-day moving average, which is an area where I expected it to go. What I did not expect it is a massive rebound from that area for 5% and a $1,500 move back to $30,000. Not only was I not expecting it, I wasn't looking at the price of Bitcoin as it was happening. And by the time I realized that Bitcoin had rallied, it had already fallen all the way back down to 29.5, and then continued falling the rest of the day. So while my position lowering might have seemed a little stupid at the time to some that were watching this video on like a 5-hour delay, it's like, haha, Tone lowered his position right at the bottom, and then it rallied straight up back to $30,000. That's not how I trade. Like, I would not have panicked rebought. I would have needed a close at 30,000, at least another full candle in that area, and then for the moving averages to cross over. Like, once I lower that position, I do not then panic, redo it. Like, as you will see, there's very little here that takes place in the candle immediately following. Now, it did happen over here, but this was a massive candle. That is not what's happening right now. So I am still comfortable with lowering of my position to 50% bullish. I would now, this candle is now only has 1.5 days left. I will then wait for the moving averages to cross back over. And I will go back to 100% bullish when the moving averages are in this position. So if I remove the price of Bitcoin from view, how do I do that? The hell? There was a thing here. There used to be a thing here where I could like take out the price and not look at it. That's weird. Why is that not happening? Can you not like remove the price from view anymore? That's weird. That's really weird. Like, he used to be able to not display the candles, but now I can't seem to do that. Really, really strange. Like, I used to be able to go here and click on the eye, and then it like would remove the candle, so you only see the moving averages. It's really strange that I can't do that anymore. Anyway, if I go back, if you remove the candles, you will see that the moving averages have crossed over, and they're all rising, and the quickest one is above the intermediate. Well, it wasn't really above the intermediate, but it was above the intermediate. The intermediate just wasn't above the long term, but that's okay. I knew based on this candle that the moment the next candle completed, it all would have flipped. So anyway, I'm comfortable with this 50% bullish allocation. I don't believe this was a mistake. I am being very cautious, and I'm happy to go back into 100% bullish position the moment the short term crosses above the intermediate term. So now, in a perfect world, this would go a little bit lower, and it will take a few more weeks in order to accomplish. All right, don't forget the financial summit is taking place in the UAE, November 5 to 10. Come and join us over there. Incredible event for traders, money managers, VCs, and anyone else interested in hanging out with people that make money in trading and investing. Unconfiscatable, coming to Las Vegas. Come and join us there as well in December. All right, this is the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin. Here is my area of concern. This was the prior consolidated low. Below this low, things could get ugly. However, because we just made a slightly higher low, you can say that this is an area of concern, but to me, this is the real area of concern. Because what's happening now is if we fall below this trend line, we will be dangerously close to the swing low, the secondary swing low. And I would have to assume that if we break below this trend line sometime in the next few days, this is a few days, let's say August 10th, we got a week, August 10th. If we break this trend line in the next week, I'm going to assume that we are going to fall to the consolidated low, the secondary low. And once we touch the secondary low, I will then assume that there is a high probability that low is going to be broken. So while this swing, and I don't know why this happened, I have no idea, looked nice, it actually did not do anything because it did not break this trend line. It almost touched a moving average. It did not even come close to the MRI resistance line. So all this did was short-term make people silly that exited right here out of concern, like myself. And the other thing it did was give false hope to people that Bitcoin is imminent for a rally. And some people might have bought in here at the top and they got hurt in the opposite direction. I am still bullish in the market. I still think that as long as 28,000 holds, we are going to go higher. But at the same time, I don't want to be stuck in a 100% bullish position as it's going down. So we lowered the position to 50% bullish, and we will wait for some confirmation, which needs to come after a sustained close above 30,000, which means spending several days, if not an entire week, above 30,000. And then I will have lots and lots of confidence that we are ready to go up to 34K. That's basically the gist of it. GBTC, we have not talked about GBTC much. Oh, what was that website? I was going to do David Bailey a favor. Hold on. Pledge your BTC shares. Pledge BTC shares. Hold on. Oh, man. Shoot. I got to look up my DMs with David Bailey. 1 second. Give me a second here. Oh, wait. I don't know. My camera wasn't centered after Patrick. Let me look at DMs with Bailey. I also have to figure out which medium we're talking about. We're talking on. Not this one. Maybe it was Signal. Nope, not that one. Other messages? Nope, not that one either. So until I figure out, see, here's the problem. There's like people message me on like 18 different messengers, and I always forget which one. So a lot of times I don't get back to people is because I really don't want to spend an entire day figuring out on which messaging system people hit me up. If people are hitting me up, if you actually want to get a reply in a reasonable amount of time, Telegram is the primary messaging app. If you message me on anything other than Telegram, it can be months before you get a reply. Just a heads up. So, but there is a website for people to pledge their GBTC shares in order to get Grayscale out of control of GBTC and significantly lower that 2% management fee. I hope David Bailey achieves this. He has my support in trying to do it. And there is a website to pledge your GBTC shares that you are in support of David Bailey's initiative. Hold on. Maybe I can still Google for it. RedeemGBTC.com, found it. Got it. And I just have to spell it right. There it is. Beautiful. Redeem GBTC. You will have to dox yourself of the GBTC shares you're holding and how you're holding them. And hopefully, I think they need like a few million shares to be pledged. And once that happens, they would then be able to kick out Barry Silbert potentially and replace him with better management. We'll get to Litecoin. Oh, we're getting to Litecoin. Oil, you can see that the price of oil had stopped rising. So therefore, it is possible that the Biden administration has started depleting the strategic reserve even further. I knew they would have problems holding out past $83. And at the same time, they need to hold on to that strategic petroleum reserve for the election year. They recently made an announcement that they are not going to buy back any strategic petroleum reserve, which is hilarious. If you go to my Twitter, someone pointed this out to me. It's got to be in my notifications, mentions. Oh, I was on the orange pill spaces yesterday. It's very good. Go ahead and you may want to replay that. We talked a lot about the macro picture and how Bitcoin fits in it. Yeah, here we go. So according to the US government, the US just announced they are delaying refilling the strategic petroleum reserve once again. This is not surprising on this channel. I have been on top of the strategic petroleum reserve for this entire year. And very few people are talking about it, and it is a big deal. This is a complete and utter disaster. Right. They announced they would strengthen it, and they are going back on their word. Let's see if the new data is out. Probably not. The last data we had was 7/21. What's today's date? Yeah, we need another piece of data. We need the data from $7.21 meets $7.28. Let's see if it's out. If it's not out, it'll be out tomorrow. $7.28 data is here. Let's go and take a look. And as I expected, they did not deplete any strategic petroleum reserve. They didn't touch it, which explains why the price of oil significantly went up last week. I've been saying it for a week. So you know what they're doing. And because the price of oil has dropped, it is very, very likely that they touched the strategic petroleum reserve. It's not guaranteed, but there is a high chance that they did. So we're going to plug in our latest number in the SPR oil reserve. That's the latest number. It is once again 0. So they did not touch it for 4 weeks now. That was a 400,000 barrels. That's not a lot. And then they have not touched it in those 3 weeks. But I believe they're messing with it this week. This week they are messing with the strategic petroleum reserve, and we're going to find out a week from today. A week from today, we're going to find out what they are doing this week. I think it will be in a few hundred barrels. Will likely be like somewhere below 500 barrels. They really need to push this over 1 million barrels in order to actually suppress the oil price. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be super interesting. Also, I am waiting for the release of June's budget. I don't know when that's coming out. Is that coming out on Friday? They're delaying I don't know when this gets published. So I refresh this page every single day, so I have an idea of when it's published. It's possible they're going to publish it on a Friday, the first Friday of the month. If this thing is not out, on Friday, then, I mean, that would be weird, right? I wish I knew what day this report gets published. I mean, they don't say. It doesn't say on the report when it gets published. I can probably Google it. When does Treasury release monthly budget report? Boom. Monthly Treasury state. Yeah, but when? When? What time is the daily Treasury daily? No, I don't want daily. I want monthly. What is the, I know what it is. It's like those automated machines. Like anytime like I call like a credit card company or a bank or anything, I get that automatic teller. They give you like 25 choices. And the reason I'm calling them is never an option. Like it's never like a simple question. June, the numbers are out. So if they're out over here, why aren't they out over here? Like what the hell? Why? It's the same website. It's the same website. Like how are the numbers out on here, but not over there? Current issue. It's already out. So what's up? I don't want to curse much. Like what is going on? Current monthly Treasury statement. Yeah, there it is. So why isn't it on that other website? So it's out. So what the hell is the difference? Oh. So June's out. Let's take a look. June is out. Okay. Over under $65 billion in over under 65 billion in net interest is the question. Let's see. This is going to be great. 70. Holy shit. Oh my God. 70. They went from 65 to 61 to 70. Holy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Where is that other link that I had? Now I have to pull up the month before. No, that's not it. Monthly treasury statements. Here it is. No, that's the current month. I don't want current month. I want past months. Jesus Christ, I hate government websites. Can you please get a real web developer? Like, I may have to add this to the report statement, monthly treasury statement, current issue. Monthly treasury statement. Right. But like, anyway. Departments. We're going back to my list. Wow. Treasury monthly reports. Look, it's the same freaking website. I want to see what the difference is. Reports, statements, and publications, monthly treasury statement, previous issues. Right. So where is the link for this is current issue? Where is the link for previous issues? Like from here, there needs to be a link, and it's not here. Like, did they like remove that link? And are they not like supporting this anymore? I was waiting for the June numbers, but I was waiting on them here. Man, they're getting sneaky. They're getting sneaky. Let's open May. You know what? I'm going to open a new tab. Let's compare. We're going to compare them next to each other. Look at this. So we went from 61 billion in net interest, which was lower than Social Security and national defense. That was for the month of May. For the month of June, net interest, oh, national defense went up. National defense has jumped over income security, not Social Security, sorry, income security. Wait, was that Social Security? Yeah, income security. But national defense went up. Well, Ukraine, the Ukraine bill came due. So national defense went from 66 billion in May all the way to 79 billion this month. And net interest went to 70 billion. Wow. Wow. Like the overall deficit actually went down. Interesting. So did they take in a bunch of tax revenue? Doesn't look like it. I have to put them side by side. I need to put them side by side. In order for me to do that, well, like, where did they save money? I want to see it side by side. Look, looking at it on a monthly basis is not really that good because some things, don't have a bill during a month. I'm going to switch screen shares for a second so I can put them side by side. Where's my, okay. So I'm going to stop the screen share. I'm going to put these things side by side. This is June. June is going to be on the right. And May is going to be on the left. And this way we can look at them side by side. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to screen share. All right, so can you guys see both of them? Let me check. Should be able to see both of them. Okay, so in June, oh, they made a lot more money. They made a lot more money. Tax revenue, look at that. $41 billion extra came in tax revenue. So of course the government has to spend that. Individual income tax, this is Social Security. Social Security, oh, huge. It was a tax month. So I guess, oh, people paid their taxes. Okay, I see what happened there. Corporate income tax, 72 billion. Corporate income tax was only 14 billion, okay? So they already blew through it. Look at this. This is insane. So spending, Medicare spending in the month of June went from 72 billion in May to 137 billion in June. Wow. A lot of people got sick in May or June. This is actually cool. Looking at month to month, like you shouldn't look at it month to month. I will say it right now. The net interest is insane. The defense bill came due 79 billion versus 66 the month before. I mean, everything went up, right? So their deficit was actually smaller than the month before, but that's because they blew through all of this revenue. So this is going to be interesting. So for the year, this is the cumulative side of it. Last year, we know what the numbers were last year. Last year, the government spent 400, where is it? Net interest, 494 for the year already. So if we look at last year's numbers, we look at last year's budget, last year's net interest, I have to go by function. Last year, I can't go side to side. What's going on here? Here we it's not scrolling. Shit. All right, I gotta make it full screen. Oh, that's why it's not scrolling, because my scroll bar is. Last year, net interest was 475 That's how much the government paid in net interest. For the entire year was 475. Okay, this is nuts. Last year, for the entire year, the government paid 475 in net interest. This year alone, we're already above that. It's June. It is June numbers. It's the end of June. In 6 months, we blew through it. This is on pace for like $1 trillion in net interest. This is net interest. It's not interest. Like interest is way more than that. This is net interest. So net interest is the amount of money the government owes on national debt and the amount of money the government makes from their bonds. So they do make half the money back, and there's still this. Wow, this is insane. This is insane. This is the year-end numbers. So if I now compare this, let's go back to the reports, right? If I compare this to the year-end numbers, and the year-end numbers are here. Hopefully they update this website. The year-end numbers is the September report, the last report, right here. So let's compare the current numbers after 6 months to the year-end numbers. How do I make this a little bit bigger? Nope, that's a find window. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So look at this. The US government is already in a bigger deficit hole than they were for the entire year. Outlay service deficit for September 2022 through fiscal year 2022. Right. So this is year-end numbers. So on the year, the US government has already a bigger deficit this year with 6 months to go in the US budget. Holy shit. Wow. They're already higher in net interest. They already spent, and this number only goes up. This number does not go down. Defense, they're not more on defense yet. I want to see what else they spend more money on for the entire year in 6 months than they did last year. Income security, nope. I think it's just that. Veterans, no. Other, they already spent more money on other. That does not include education. Transportation, well, obviously, I mean, the bridges are collapsing all over the US. Why would they spend any money on that? Veterans is less. Oh wait, they're kind of backwards here. Veterans was 274, now it's 220. Education, oh, they spent a lot less money on education. Check this out. Last year, the government spent $677,000 in education. This year, they've only spent $200 billion in 6 months. So you can clearly see where the budget was cut. Education, why would that be important? Man, guys, it's the net interest. I did a whole deep dive on net interest. It's the net interest that's killing it. The deficit is already higher. We're only 6 months into the year. Wow. Wow. You are witnessing the collapse of the United States in real time. You can see it like month by month, like dollar by dollar. This is it. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Where is net interest? Look, so in the month of September of last year, this is also interesting. In the month of September of last year, they don't even have net interest. Why don't they have it? it looks like in the month of September, the government did not pay any net interest. Maybe they made money. It's kind of strange, right? Look, education. Whoa. So it looks like the government spends all their money on education in September. See, education. See, this is why looking at it month to month is not very useful. You got to look at it on year-end basis. Education. See, this is in red. Other is in red, which, and net interest is not even on the list. You have Medicare, Social Security, National Defense, Health, Income Security, Veterans, Transportation, Internal Affairs, and other. But net interest is not on the list. So in September, they didn't spend any money on net interest. So did they not pay interest? Or they happened to profit in September? Because maybe in September, that's when other departments pay the Treasury on the money that they've been earning by holding certain bonds. So that's a little, that's interesting, right? But year-end numbers so far, I'm curious what the year now. So let's look at it apples to apples comparison. Since instead of me looking at the at this report, let's look at what's up. Oh, okay. Thought I messed up on something. Let's look at it. Let's compare apples to apples now, right? Let's go to previous year, and we're gonna look at the June report of last year. So now we're comparing June to June, last year to this year, and then we can see how the yearly numbers went at that time. So this is last year's June versus this year's June. So last year in June, the deficit was only $500 billion. At this 1 year ago today, the deficit was 500 billion, and now it is tripled that. We have tripled it. At this time last year, net interest was 354. Interesting. That was the bulk of it. It was 354 out of 475, and this year it is 494. So say 500. So 350 versus 500. So net interest has gone up 150 and 350. So it's gone up about 40%. So net interest has increased by 40%. But the overall deficit from exactly this day 1 year ago has tripled. Nut. This is still kind of nuts. All right, so now we know what's going on with the numbers. Okay, so we know the report comes out within the first 2 days of the month. Must have just came out. I haven't seen any tweets about this. I'm going to try to tweet out that the government spent $70 billion. This is a good comparison. I'm going to leave these things. I'm going to compare it year to year. All right, yeah, there's a tweet coming later. All right, guys, let's go back to, I'm gonna stick this over here somewhere, hopefully. Make this big screen. Okay. What else do we need to cover today? Natural gas is pulling back a bit. I'm still bullish on natural gas. Gold, I remain a little bit bullish on gold, even though we pulled back. Stock market is pulling back hard. You can see by my arrows, I anticipated us to pull back a bit. This MRI sequence did make me more bullish than I probably should have been, but that's okay. I am not bullish on the stock market for the rest of the month. You know, the sell in May and go away thing is going to end soon. It never actually, no one actually went away and sold in May. but the stock market tends to bottom early October. I can see a pullback into mid to late September, and then a nice reversal. And finally, let's talk about Litecoin for a minute. Waiting for the chart to pull up on Litecoin. Doesn't seem to want to do that. Let's refresh it. If it works. Doesn't want to do it. I did send a tweet about Litecoin. We can go to my Twitter. Oh, there's going to be a Twitter Spaces today from the Financial Summit. Guys, you should join that. So there was an article. They quoted me. They interviewed me about Litecoin's death spiral. Here is Litecoin. I probably should have done a monthly chart. Every time Litecoin halves, it falls 80%. Litecoin halves, it falls 80%. Litecoin is halving now. It's going to fall another 80% until eventually Litecoin mining will just stop. They will unplug the miners. No one needs Litecoin. No one is going to mine Litecoin. No one is going to develop new mining technology for Litecoin. Litecoin was a huge beneficiary of script mining equipment that became paperweights after Ethereum went proof of stake. The reason why Ethereum went proof of stake is because they knew, well, for multiple reasons, but one of those reasons, they knew they could not compete long-term in the mining world, and they had to end mining sooner or later. The Litecoin people have not figured this out yet, and Litecoin people will have to end their mining just like Ethereum did. Now, the Litecoin, the single Litecoin developer that still maintains the code will either alter the code to be SHA-256 compliant and merge mine Litecoin with Bitcoin the way Doge merged mine with Litecoin, or he's going to alter the code to proof of stake. And there is nobody in the world of Litecoin, it's not decentralized enough to fight the inevitable code change either into proof of stake or into merge mining with Bitcoin. Those are one of two inevitable paths for Litecoin. There's nowhere else for Litecoin to go. It's certainly not going to go up in price. So as Litecoin drops in price, as less and less Litecoin go into circulation because of the halving cycle, this is why they need to go to proof of stake. They have to increase the Litecoin supply. Only Bitcoin functions differently. Only Bitcoin's unique. So, and expect Litecoin to fall 80% against Bitcoin over the next 2 years. And at the next halving, mining will just die. No one is going to be mining this thing in 2026. Like, it will be done. No one cares. And I can't seem to pull up this. I can try and switch my internet connection. That tends to help sometimes. All right, how'd that work? Are we still live streaming? I think I'm back. All right, I'm back. Let me see if that helped. I don't think that helped. That did not help at all. So I can't pull up a bunch of charts. All right, guys. That's enough for me. Kept us going for about an hour. The budget numbers came out. I'm gonna send out some tweets, or maybe I'll have the financial summit send out some tweets on the budget, and then we go from there. All right. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.